You've heard the rumors. Atlanta is booming. It's the Hollywood of the South, a cultural powerhouse and an economic magnet. But here's the burning question. Can you actually afford to live here? Or will Atlanta's rising costs chew up your paycheck before you even unpack your boxes? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on how to survive and thrive in Atlanta on a budget. Whether you're moving here, already living here, or just dreaming about it, this is your ultimate financial playbook. Southern charm doesn't have to come with big city prices, if you know the secrets. Atlanta, the city where skyscrapers meet soul food, where hip-hop meets history, and where opportunity meets, well, sometimes crazy rent prices. But don't panic, because under the surface of luxury apartments and $20 avocado toasts, there's a whole other side to Atlanta, one that's affordable, accessible, and packed with value if you know where to look. Let's begin with the cold, hard truth. Atlanta isn't the dirt cheap southern city it was 15 years ago. Back then, you could rent a decent one-bedroom for $800, enjoy nights out for under $30, and grab groceries for a fraction of what big cities paid. Fast forward to 2025. And while prices have climbed, Atlanta is still a bargain compared to cities like New York, LA, or San Francisco. But, and it's a big but, only if you know how to play the game. The median rent for a one-bedroom is about $1,750. For two bedrooms, expect $200, $2,600. That's no joke for a southern city. But here's what locals won't always tell you. Atlanta isn't built like NYC or Chicago. It's a sprawling city. Unlike dense metros with little room to move, Atlanta stretches wide. You can be 10 miles from downtown and still have quick access to the city via highways or MARTA. And in that sprawl are neighborhoods where costs are shockingly affordable. You've heard of Midtown, Buckhead, and downtown. Gorgeous, trendy, expensive. But scratch beneath the surface and you'll find the budget belt of Atlanta. East Point, 10 minutes from downtown. Average rent? $250 for a one-bedroom. Diverse, full of historic homes, growing food scenes, and community events. College Park, 15 minutes to the city, adjacent to the airport. Known for music legends, soul food, and houses with character. $1,200 when $400 rent. Forest Park, one of Atlanta's best-kept secrets. You'll find apartments from $950 to $1,200. Walkable areas, local shops, and very family-friendly. Decatur, outer edges. Think artsy vibes, farmers markets, coffee shops. A small town feel but close to the city. $1,400, $1,600. What's the trade-off? Commutes. Traffic in Atlanta is notorious, but if you time it right, or live near MARTA lines, you can bypass a lot of the stress. Here's where people get blindsided. Transportation. Atlanta isn't a walkable city. Not like New York, not like San Francisco. MARTA is decent, but it doesn't cover the entire metro area. If you don't live near a MARTA station, you're going to need a car. Gas is cheaper than the national average, but insurance? Sky high. Atlanta's infamous traffic leads to higher rates, often $180, $250 a month for basic coverage. Add gas, maintenance, and parking, and you're looking at an extra $500, $700 a month just to exist. Locals hack this by living near MARTA. Red or gold lines are key. This can shave off hundreds in car expenses. Using electric scooters or bikes for last-mile commutes. Atlanta's Beltline makes this surprisingly doable in some areas. Ride-sharing strategically. Uber and Lyft are affordable if used sparingly, but can add up if it's daily. Atlanta's food scene is world-class, without world-class prices. Soul food joints like Busy Bee Cafe serve legendary fried chicken plates for $10 to $12. Hidden gems on Buford Highway serve global cuisine. Vietnamese pho, Mexican tacos, Korean barbecue, often for $5 to $10 a dish. Vegan or plant-based. Slutty Vegan has $8 burgers that rival anything in LA. Grocery prices are still 4 to 6% lower than the national average. You can shop at DeKalb Farmers Market, huge selection of global foods at insane prices. Buford Highway Farmers Market, fresh produce, seafood, meats, half the price of Whole Foods. Kroger and Publix, standard but affordable if you shop sales. Pro tip? Skip Whole Foods. Locals call it whole paycheck for a reason. Atlanta isn't just affordable, it's an economic powerhouse. Known as Hollywood of the South, with constant demand for production workers, editors, grips, and crew. Google, Microsoft, and Airbnb have opened major hubs here. Salaries are often $80K, $120K for mid-level roles, with a lower cost of living compared to Silicon Valley. Thanks to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, the busiest in the world, Jobs in transport and logistics thrive. Emory, Georgia Tech, and Grady Hospital employ tens of thousands. Atlanta's job market offers a unique combo: high salaries with mid-tier costs, something few U.S. cities can offer. Big news: Atlanta's rent explosion is slowing down. From 2018 to 2022, rents rose 42%. Post-pandemic, everyone flooded the city. Remote workers, investors, you name it. In 2023-2024, new apartments flooded the market. Supply caught up with demand. Now landlords are offering 1 to 2 months of free rent, waived application fees, and discounted parking. Forecast for 2025-2026, flat or modest rent increases, 3%. More options, more leverage for renters. Downtown and midtown are still pricey, but suburbs and secondary neighborhoods offer significant bargains. Georgia gets hot. Summers are brutal. AC is running non-stop from May to September. Average utility bill for a one-bedroom, $150 to $220 a month in summer. Gas and heating are low in winter, but AC costs spike dramatically. How locals manage: rent in shaded, older buildings, lower cooling costs. Install window film or blackout curtains. Ask landlords if utilities are included. Some are. Living in Atlanta isn't just about money, it's about vibe. The city is a melting pot. Huge Black cultural influence. Music, fashion, business. Massive immigrant communities along Buford Highway. Colombian, Korean, Vietnamese, Ethiopian, Mexican. LGBTQ+ friendly zones, especially in Midtown. So here's the bottom line. Atlanta isn't just the city of dreams. It's the city of smart money moves. You can get the big city energy, the southern charm, the music, the food, and the opportunity without going broke. But Atlanta doesn't hand it to you. You've got to know the game, avoid the tourist traps, find the hidden neighborhoods, learn the local hacks. And that's why you're here. You're not just visiting, you're building a life. Atlanta isn't just a city, it's a playground for those who know how to navigate it. On the surface, it looks like any other fast-growing U.S. city. Sleek high-rises, booming job markets, skyrocketing rents in trendy neighborhoods. But dig a little deeper, talk to the right people, and you'll uncover a truth that doesn't show up in Zillow searches or real estate ads. Atlanta rewards hustle, creativity, and community. In other words, if you play it right, you can live an incredible life here for a fraction of what others pay. Locals know. Move in winter. Between November and February, landlords get desperate, prices drop, move-in bonuses skyrocket. Avoid leases starting in June-August. Peak moving season, peak prices. A one-bedroom that rents for $1,750 in summer often goes for $1,500 in December. That's a $3,000 annual savings for just adjusting your move date. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I really appreciate you watching. If you found this useful, a like would be fantastic, and subscribing helps me keep creating content you'll hopefully enjoy. Please share your experiences and any questions in the comments. I always try to read and respond. Your support keeps this channel going. Until our next video, take care.